Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome from wherever in the world you may be watching. This is U.S. Markets Edition with a truly global audience. I'm Brian Sullivan here in the United States, and here's how things wrapped up on Wall Street. It was a weak start to our week, relatively muted trading day, but you could see there were declines across the board. The Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, and our smaller cap Russell 2000 all lower. The Russell down about 0.8%, big tech down about 0.6%. Not all tech stocks did fall inside big tech. You did have some big winners, particularly Tesla, up 3.6%. NVIDIA and Meta Platforms also on the rise today. Tesla has been red hot lately. All right, inside the overall market, let's show you the best and the worst in the S&P 500. Your single top stock was Gartner Group, IT consulting and more, of 5.3%. Big win for a company that we really don't talk a lot about. The S&P 500 worst performer, which we'll talk more about no doubt in the hour, was ServiceNow. ServiceNow down 11.5%. There was some talk, a report that they would try to buy a cybersecurity company as the buyer. That sent the stock down. ServiceNow down about 27% so far this year. On the currency side, let's start off with the cryptocurrencies first. Bitcoin and Ether both lower, and in fact, look at Bitcoin, not only back below 90,000, but back below 86,000, 85,888, or over 3% to the downside. Ether also lower. In fact, it is below 3,000, 29.36. No doubt a topic of consternation among many on Wall Street. And hard currencies, let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. It continues to fall as well. It's back down to 98.29. We'll see if it falls below 98 bucks. It was over 100 or $1 effectively a couple days ago, now at 98.29. By the way, folks, you may notice a new CNBC logo on your screen. It's all part of our evolution. We have removed the NBC peacock to embrace a distinct identity that aligns with our future as a brand. Kind of a small visual update, but we'll continue to deliver the same trusted coverage of markets, business, the economy that you have come to expect and hopefully enjoy. Big deal there, and a big day for us here at CNBC. All right, speaking of the day, let's get to our first big story of the day, and let's begin with the markets, specifically where Wall Street sees the major averages going from here. We are currently in the midst of a pretty incredible multi-bull year run, and that rally has seen these key indexes rise to record highs almost on a monthly or weekly or even daily basis. And analysts and strategists over at Morgan Stanley, they're out with a new note detailing whether the Fed's quarter-point rate cut that we had last week will be enough to keep stocks rising into next year. Mike Wilson, who is the CIO and Chief U.S. Equity Strategist, joined us earlier to break down his expectations for 2026.